Welcome back, everybody, to Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. So we're just getting into, like, how to play the game, pretty much. I'm already a little gobsmacked at how different it is, but honestly, I'm really kind of digging it. I hope that it's gonna, like, flow. I'm sure it will once we get started, right? It's probably just gonna be nothing once we get started. So far, a murder has occurred. I know everyone's very surprised by that. Happened in Edgeworth's office while he was away, and now we're just trying to get all the information we can before we do anything else. So, let's do it. So we've just come up to the safe here, and I want to definitely examine everything. Probably we can examine the safe itself, and then it looks like this might be different, so let's do both. I never knew there was a safe hidden back here. Well, if detectives knew about them, then they wouldn't be secret, now would they? Except that you told them that everyone had one in the last episode, though. Are there any other secret hidden things in this room? Huh, if there are, he's not gonna tell you. But I bet I know what they are. It's gross, though I'm not gonna say it. Even if there were, it would defeat the purpose of them being hidden, if I told you. So don't bother looking for them. So there's no, like, hidden camera around, right? Why? What have you done in here, sir? What if there was? No, it's nothing. Forget I said anything. Ouch. Oh no, he's done something. Do I even want to ask what he's been doing in my office while I've been away? No. Thank God you haven't touched anything, technically. I mean, the dead body is probably cleaner than what we're talking about here. Huh? Now this is odd. You found something, sir? This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean? What do you mean? Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself. Oh, I see. Someone wiped it, did they? Maybe they were, like, trying to wipe their fingerprints off or something. Like, maybe someone tried to do something with it. You there. Oh, sorry, I keep thinking it's Gumshoe. Oh my god, I can't even read. It's right there in blue, right above the text. It's right there. You there, forensic scientist. Yes, sir? Could you please dust this area for fingerprints? You got it, sir. What we got? Oh, I'm surprised we're not doing it, but I guess we don't have, like, that sweet kit that, like, you know, Phoenix and all of them had. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. It looks like it was wiped down well. So, okay, so all the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. So someone probably did that on purpose. Alright, so we've got another logic piece. Right, and the secret safe goes into evidence, okay. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Right. Alright, let's look. Let's also, well, I just like making him walk around. Look, it's so cool. Oh my god. Let's logic time this. Now let's see what we have. Killer's goal. Signs of a struggle. Another handgun. Wiped fingerprints. Alright, so let's think. This actually looks interesting here. So this one says, why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? Perhaps they were after something that might have been in the safe. That's possible, right? But, did they know about it? But knowing what we know, the guy that did it is apparently a prosecutor, right? So maybe he would know that the safe was there. So that might be a thing there. I'm going to try these two and see if that works. Let's give it a thought. Here comes a thought, Edgeworth. Is it right? I believe I figured out what the murderer was after. Well, what is it, sir? The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. Alright, so the motive theft question mark. The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? Alright, so we've got that now too. I wonder if knowing the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about the crime. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. What does that mean? Oh, are we supposed to... Oh. Okay, so we've got a new motive, and the other two went away. So now we've still got these three hanging around here. So we've got... The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? What could we connect that with? Files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. That could technically be. Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? Don't think we have anything for that yet. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. Maybe the files were actually a mess because somebody was looking for some information too. Even though there was a struggle, but yeah. I'm going to do those two because the handgun just doesn't seem to be the right one. Do we have anything there? Oh, shnikes. Supernova. There is a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. I see, yeah, maybe someone was going through everything really quickly. Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir? Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen. Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelf files like you've never seen before, even at a library. You don't go to the library, Comes, you don't lie. Sure. Let's give that a try. Let's do it. That dude's still sitting there. Oh dear. He's getting all his selfies with his friend. His quote-unquote friend. Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think so. I think he's got other things to ponder. You know, like how handsome he is, of course. No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. That's all we can do, dude. And maybe get a better haircut. That's what you need to do. Not Edgeworth, of course. Portsman. Absolutely. And, so how are we supposed to do it? How do we go about finding the truth? First, we calmly restore the files to the rightful place. You got it. Here, let me help. So this file goes here, and that book goes there. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Alright, done. Alright, don't get into a fight here. Wow, yeah, very tidy. Good job, everyone. You probably defiled the whole murder scene. It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here. Oh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh. I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. And then the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now. But you know I'm no good with blood, sir. I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture. Well, first of all, I see 2 sets of handprints, which is probably not the right thing. Alright, and I see a couple of other things as well, because look at this. Like, first of all, I mean, I guess the second handprint could be if he fell slumped to the floor, right? On his hands, but isn't this a bullet hole right here? What's this? So that's strange, isn't it? So let's look at that first, I suppose. So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh? For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a fine spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred. Alright. Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way? Something like that. Alright. Let's see. Are we just to examine everything? Because I noticed that deduce has also come up here. But let's look at everything first and then see what we have. The victim's handprints. He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot. There are prints on the floor too. Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Alright, so it's like I figured in the first place. What about down here? I put them all back, just as they should be, sir. Don't look like anything's missing. Although, it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. Sounds like a euphemism to me, sir. What? I wonder if they found what they were looking for. I don't know. It appears that the victim was sitting in a sitting position here after being shot. Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it. That would be the logical conclusion. Maybe he pooped out blood. That can happen, although it's real bad. Body over here. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf. The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well. In a sense, I suppose. See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth. So what should we do now? Like, maybe we should... So what happens if we deduce what's going on with this bullet? Okay, yeah. Isn't that what we've done before, like to highlight something? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Well, yeah. Point out the contradiction. Well, let's see. What do we got? Secret safe, crime scene notes. Let's look at the crime scene notes real quick, too. Bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m. Well, here's the thing, right? If it went through his abdomen, was he already slumped on the floor? That's very low. What was he doing? Was he taking a nap? I'm gonna present that. Eureka! That's so cool! There's clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole. What do you mean, sir? You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. Definitely. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up. Oh god, please. Edgeworth, all this talk about holes. Can we not? But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting and lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against the shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Then that means... Oh, wait, what does it mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. Look, sometimes you don't have a brain. Sometimes you gotta rely on other people. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? The position of the body, the position of the handprints, the order of the files. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? Well, we'll think about this now, because what I don't understand is what... I guess that there's two things that it could be. The handprints are probably fine, because it's like Edgeworth said. So either it's the position of the body, which, to be fair, if he just slumped over now from being shot, that still looks plausible. So I'm thinking it's the files. Was he covering up the files on purpose? I'm just not sure. Now, this happens to me in a lot of Phoenix Wright games, right? This has happened so many times before, where I pick the right answer, but not because I had the right answer. It's because the other two didn't seem probable, or I was thinking about something else that still led me to the right decision somehow. This happens to me all the time. All the time. It's weird. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh, look at that. A, B, C, D. But, I mean, it looks okay. Oh, the labels are... Oh. Wait a minute, are they, though? I can't tell if that's an F or an E over there, because of the blood. Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? I do see that. What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? Oh, I see what he's saying there. You know what? I didn't even notice that. For some reason, I thought they meant, like, just the placement of the files, not the, like, numerical order. This is another one of those things where this happens. Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. Oh, it is? Okay, then. Maybe I didn't notice. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. But the numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in the order when the crime occurred. Aha. So that's it. Oh, they weren't in that order when the okay. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, look at that then. Well, that means he definitely got shot in the abdomen standing up, wouldn't it? Do you think it'd be okay now to prop up the body to how it was before it was moved? They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. Yeah, except that you have to touch a dead body. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. We knew that Miles Edgeworth was not gonna sully his hands on someone's blood. Only Phoenix's blood. It's the only blood good enough for him. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. What's that on the bottom right? That looks like something was written. I'm getting Danganronpa vibes again. Oh no. Great, we're gonna have to look at that in a half a minute. And then putting the files back in numerical order, I guess. Exactly. And then proceed to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Yeah, that seems dangerous if nothing else. Wouldn't you get caught? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and then once after the crime, but why? The culprit rearranged my files twice, once before and once after the murder. Okay, so we've got that logic piece. Alright. Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. Can we look at it now? Yes, indeed. Okay, so obviously right here something's big. Look at that. This. 11037, bitches. What's that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? Yeah, that's what it says, alright. I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence. Oh, shut up, shithair. Are you still here? Yes, indicative of criminal activity, indeed. No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Help me, say something, sir! It appears that one of my files was stolen. Yeah, the one in the middle there. Looks like H, if you want to be British about it. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? I guess whatever is in your H file. Oh, H for hotness. Your hot file was stolen, sir. I'm terribly sorry about that. Jeez. Ooh, investigation complete. Wait a minute. I'm not finished. There's no way we can go to trial with this. What? Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us. I don't think so, sir. Especially since we saw the opening cutscene. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up. It's Jim's words. They're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want it. Oh, jeez, I wish I could speed this up a little. Then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. You got it. Alright, shithair's gonna ask us some questions now, boy. Don't be mad just because Miles Edgeworth has the best hair in the business, sir. His hair is even better than Phoenix's, alright? Nothing you can do about it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. You think? There's something strange about all of him. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Oh shit, are we gonna parlay words with him? Let's do it. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do? What I always do in court, I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh shit, Edgeworth is ready to expose, y'all. Are you guys ready for that? Oh, how do you do it? Can you explain it to me, sir? Oh, here's the tutorial. So, do we need to go through the tutorial? Well, let's just see, because honestly, in this game, it might work differently. So let's just make sure. Because I don't want to have like a moment later where I don't know what to do. Alright, first I listened to the witness's testimony. I'm pretty sure this is probably for people that have never played one of these games, but just in case. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open the organizer and present the piece of contradictory evidence. Okay, so same. To present something, I simply touch the present button, but that's old news. Not present, but you guys get what I mean, right? But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in the testimony every time, right? Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness by touching the press button. Okay, so that's the same too. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if there was some kind of weird finagled way to do it. Because this is a weird new finagled way of playing. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations too. Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Are we actually going to do that here? Not in a court of law. Alright, well. Mr. Portsman's logic. I guess we're just chatting. Oh! What is it? Yo, this music. Check it. It's good, isn't it? Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice. Whatever. Sit down. Not on my chair, though, because your whole outfit is insulting and I don't want you anywhere near my furniture. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer? I can hear Jim's voice and he's calling for his killer's arrest. Huh. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Alright, so fine. Rebuttal! Oh, you guys, it's time for a rebuttal. I love anything with the word but in it and Edgeworth, so let's do it. Mr. Portsman's logic, here we are. So as usual, what I usually do here, unless they tell me that it's dangerous to do so, I will press everything. And that means everything. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. I also want to hear Edgeworth say hold it 5 million times. You can hold anything of mine, sir. I'll hold anything of yours as well. You just have to ask. You know, there's been something I've been meaning to ask. Huh? What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith? That's another thing I didn't really get until just now. Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jam? Look, I'm sorry that your boyfriend died, but honestly, like, this is really weird. But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim. Wait, so there's 3 Jims running around? What have you got with the name then? Weird. That's what it is. Tuh. He talks about the victim like he was his pet. Look, Edgeworth. I know he's weird, but we're not here to kink shame anyone. Alright. Don't act like you don't do that shit, Edgeworth. Come on. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. Alright. Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do it? Oh, so Edgeworth is already thinking it's this dude. That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle? I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals a day, pal. But it's usually wieners, though. You know what we didn't do, too? We didn't look at our evidence again. Shoot. We're gonna have to do that. Alright, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but I knew it! Aw, bless. Poor Gumshoe out here eating ramen every day. Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with, and what a motive, no? That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Alright. And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. Well, how did he know about it, though? Did he just go out and see them? Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how we missed— Oh, shit, wait a minute! That's why the body was slumped over, wasn't it? Or was it? Hang on. It was his body was covering the fact that a thing had been stolen as well. Do we have anything for that? What do we have? Yeah. Stolen file. One of the files that were written upon blood was stolen by the culprit, but his body was hiding it. Not the letters. Like, yeah, the letters were there, but what about the file that was taken? That was also being hidden. Until we sat him back up. Is this what I'm supposed to do? Alright. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Wow, rude. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal. There's a lot a person can understand about another from his first impressions alone. Yeah, we got a real good impression of you, shithair. I can't say I disagree with him on that. Why don't you say something, sir? Not you two, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, look at them standing together. Oh, bless this image. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. I couldn't ask for a better setup. For the game-finishing spike. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice. Wait, let me look at this one again. Thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. I'm going to present the file on that. Either that or this that shows the body slumped over, but we can fool around with it and see what it is. I think it's this, though. Yes, there's the objection right there, bitch. You just yelled it in your face. In his own office. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem. I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Your hair. It's just awful. It's awful, sir. Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Look at this thing. I don't know what he's pointing at. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible! What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing? You sweating now, boy. The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines. Yep. That's what I'm saying, though. It's possible they could have taken the file before committing the murder? Nope. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters and the detective's name where the file should be is proof. Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. There you go, that's another thing. Oh shit! The whiplash! Yo, boy's neck be looking like an Ellison from Final Fantasy XIV, holy shit. Which means, what exactly? What does it make this dying message? It makes it the work of criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's like every frickin' thing written in blood except for the original Danganronpa one, and every other one has been a red herring. It's weird. Even all the ones in Phoenix Wright have been a red herring, haven't they? The ones that were written. There's been a couple in that case. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see, I'm gonna have him under arrest in no time. Well, Mr. Portsman. Brilliant, absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Nah, you win some, you lose some, that's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. Oh, look at his face. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What has he got? He's got something in under his pants somewhere. What is it this time? You still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, shit, is it doctor time? What's happening? Hello? Oh, he's got surgery in like 5 minutes. Make this quick. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. God, you look like Leisure Suit Larry now. Come on, man. Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? Alright, no, don't take it off. Please, you know what, what are you doing? What the hell is that? You fucking, are you sweating? Maybe he's airing out his armpits or something. Well, I was thinking, did you know there's one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Is there? Who is it? Whoa, okay, yo, Flash, can you just stop doing what you're doing there? Hey, you there. Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me? Oh, young lady, who is it? Better not be Maya or something, come on. A lady? The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? Did you say security? No! Stop it, pal, don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? What is wrong with him? What is he talking about? What the? Hello? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss... Maggie Byrd! Oh my god, it's Maggie! Oh, bless! Oh, look at her, she's so cute! Girl! How are you doing? This is not great, is it? Not a great circumstance to meet her under. Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie! Oh, no. Oh, brother, really? Miss Byrd is a security guard on watch tonight? I see. And your point is? Edgeworth having none of it. My point is that she could have very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in the building. What? What? We all know she didn't do it. Come on. If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Byrd. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room. That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it. Oh, Gumshoe blast. Isn't he always just throwing himself in to save somebody? Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problems with it, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Alright, yo, John Travolta, can you knock this off? It's making me dizzy, alright. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. No, stop. I don't want to see your man boobs. I really don't. First of all, you got nothing. Second of all, stop airing out your armpits in my office. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Stop doing that! Oh my god, it's very distracting. It's weird. Uh-oh, we're in another argument now. Alright, what you gotta say then? Reason for suspicion. Alright? It's pretty obvious that Miss Byrd snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Byrd as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all that more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. Stop T-posing. God, everything about you is annoying. So you're saying she's the master key? Oh, we got the master key as well. Okay, we should probably look at that quickly. Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? Huh. That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there was anyone other than Mrs. Byrd, or sorry, Miss Byrd, she's not Mrs., who could have used the master key. It seems the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Alright, we'll do it. We had that argument there, but let's go for the butt. The buttle. Right, it's pretty obvious that Miss Byrd snuck into your room using the master key. Alright. Well, wait a minute now. Let's press everything and see. And then we'll go to our evidence. Are you sure Miss Byrd is the only member of security who could have used the master key? There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Byrd? That's, true. But I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes. Moving on, I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies, plus I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Byrd out? Yes, I think so. Ask for more details. Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Byrd has to say. Didn't I just say be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies. I'll be the judge of that. Miss Byrd, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? Oh, I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir. What you... Sir, you cannot go over here trying to play off Phoenix's objection, because it ain't right. If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha! A likely story, and where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. Let me see what we have here. So let's see what the key says, first of all. This can open every office door. It was stolen from the security office. Can we check it or something? Is there anything that might give us a little hint on what's happening here? It's the master key to every office in the building. Is that it? Oh shit. I was hoping for something good, but it doesn't look like it. Alright. Alright. And then we have everything else. The stolen file, the crime scene notes, the safe. Each prosecutor has one in their office, only they know of them. Right, okay. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee it. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad our luck is. Yeah, we know. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. Duh. But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. It is as Mr. Portsman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Wait a minute now. So wait. Her intent, from the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery. Wait a minute though, what would she swipe? Because she didn't even know the safe was there, did she? What would she take the thing for? Obviously that was tampered with and wiped down, but she didn't know it was there. That's, you know what? Fucking presenting that right now. That's gotta be it, right? How would she know it was there? Only the prosecutors know of them. Doing it. Yeah! Do it, wiggle the finger. That's the best. Oh God, I'm just right back in it, aren't I? Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Byrd was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. Stop doing that. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway. That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. Like you, sir. I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. What the hell? Oh God, for some reason I didn't even see the metal. I thought he was just eating a cookie. I thought he just pulled his cookie out of nowhere and started eating it. No. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? You know, like you. You're a prosecutor. Also very annoying, so you probably did it. Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. Oh yeah, you bite that metal. Cookie. The cookie metal. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? I... Curses! Why? What made you... What's with the angry face all of a sudden? It's all my fault! What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. He did? What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. In the butt. Don't worry about it, I'm not shaming you. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it. But the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Byrd? Excuse me? I don't think... Oh God, he'll just pin anything on anyone. I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going to be a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the... You're still accusing Maggie of murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to the office. Which is precisely why I had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. Has he no honor? None. Not with hair like that. Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to the case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run the show. Are you serious? We're getting kicked out? Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say it? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But sir! We have no choice but to accommodate his request, for now. God, Edgeworth is always cool as a cucumber. Ta! Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we'll meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? What? Oh, poor Maggie. So Maggie's stuck with it again? Why does this shit keep happening to her? Oh my god, I just realized it was 41 minutes. Guys, I'm sorry. Here's the thing that happens with this thing every time. Like, I never know when the breaks are. And with this game, since it's so different, it's definitely going to take me a little while to figure out when the right time to break is. So there might be a couple of breaks where you guys are like, oh no, you just had it to be continued coming up in 5 minutes. But I wouldn't have known that. So bear with me until we get used to it. But I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I'm definitely enjoying it so far. Poor Maggie. I can't believe we've got to bail her out already. Jeez. But it's awfully good to see her again. Let's see what happens in the next episode. I'll see you guys soon. Toodaloo.